Here we have a floating shelf. It's a 4-inch by 12-inch floating shelf. And it's called a floating shelf because there's no support underneath the shelf. And if we take this off and we pull this back, we're going to see is a cleat on the wall and a slot that's been cut into the back of the shelf. This is a solid pine shelf, and so this gets mounted to the wall, and then this slips over it, and you either can put some glue in there and panel adhesive or panel adhesive and nail it with a air nailer, or so you can screw it. There's a couple of screw holes there now. Or you can not put any kind of glue in there at all and just screw it on, and that way it will be a lot easier to remove later. So the way we work this out is that I purchased these called self-drilling drywall, about 80 pounds for a 1/2-inch drywall. So that when you screw them in, they actually kind of pop and then they spread apart on the inside of the wall. Now the screws you get with this is 1.5 inches. And what I needed, because the cleat that we use is about 1 inch, so I went out and bought some 2.5-inch drywall screws, and is what we're going to use. So I'm doing this with one hand, so that's what makes it. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I want to mount this right below this picture frame. So I'm going to go like that, and I'm doing it 2 lengths below. So I'm putting a mark on the wall, and so it's going to be about right here. So I got to mount it there, and then I'm going to take these 3 screws and put it in here like this. And so we're going to get these screwed in there just so they kind of pop out here. There. And as you can see, I have an assistant now too. Then I'm going to take a level and just check my line right here that it's sort of level there. And so it's a little less than that. So I'm going to do there. There's a mark of my shelf, and since I really don't care if this is, you know, in an exact spot, but this will be good. And then I'm going to take a hammer, tap that, and right on top up here. And I got 3 marks in the wall. Then I'm going to take a drill a hole, and so there's no stud behind there. Now, it does feel like there's a stud here, and no stud there. So I hit 1 stud, which is good. Then I'm going to take what I'm going to do is take this without feeling. Okay, so I got this written on top, And I'm going to line this one up here. Before I do that, very important, is I'm going to take these here and they're going to just screw into the wall. Only where there's no stud. You just want to get them cinched down, a little bit of a lip, but that should flatten out. Then I'm going to take this one here at the top there, line that up there, screw that on there nicely good. And I'm going to double check this a little bit. Level it out. And I'm going to take this, and when these go in there, when it goes so far, the inside spreads apart, and that makes a little pop sound. I couldn't really hear it. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. There. There. It's on there. And then this slips over there, just like that. And it should be nice and level too. The only thing I didn't do, I didn't necessarily line it up with the frames. There's a little bit of play in here. So you can kind of move it back and forth. But that's pretty close. And thank you for watching this video.